Welcome to Driven Ops Power Talk. I'm Jasmine Moore.
And I'm Rebecca Heisey. We're two work besties who have spent over a decade learning the ins and outs of sales and marketing.
On this podcast, we discuss all things go-to-market operations, the people, processes, and technologies that make up the engine of a thriving go-to-market function. Let's get to it. We're introducing a new segment. We're calling this Corporate Scandals and Tech Tea.
Oh, yeah.
So if you don't know, I love pop culture and reality TV. And every time I bring something up to Becca, she's like, I'm not on the internet. But now she's really excited because a scandal is happening and I don't know much about it. So she's going to break it down for me. And she's like geeked up to talk about this.
I am totally geeked up.
What is the tea? What's the tech tea?
All right. So I may not be online or like into, that kind of culture, but I do like mysteries and thrillers and things like that. So corporate tech tea, or however you want to call it, the hot tea, okay, it does interest me because it's crazy. So maybe some of you have heard about this. Maybe you don't know much about the details, so I'm going to break this down.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
I've seen it, but I scroll past it, so I don't know the details, but I've seen
Yes.
everyone talking about this.
Yes.
And you called it out, and you're like, don't look into it. I'm going to this is real raw.
Yes, a real
reaction
raw.
of
Yes.
the details unfolding and being explained.
Exactly. So
Okay.
this case is the Rippling lawsuit with Deel. Okay, so maybe you've seen it a little bit. People are talking about it, but I'm going to break down all of the crazy details that go on with this case. So Rippling and Deel are competitors in the HR software space. Okay, so they're definitely in the tech space and they're big competitors. Rippling filed a lawsuit against Deel accusing the company of corporate espionage. Okay, so they have a spy. They're saying Deel has a spy in our company, in Rippling, right? Getting there? Okay.
Wait, Deel planted a spy
in
Rippling's company.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Right.
Okay. Right. So here are the allegations of the whole situation. They're saying that Deel orchestrated a scheme to steal confidential sales data, and they recruited a Rippling employee who accessed their internal systems. So Rippling is alleging that this Deel employee came in, basically started going through their Slack, started going through all their technology, the way that they communicate, all their software, and was giving it to Deel on the back end.
So did Deel go in and poach someone and looked at on LinkedIn, who's working at Rippling? This looks like a sucker. Let's go after him and offer him something he can't refuse.
So from the details, I haven't seen exactly how they got this person to do it, but this person was at the company for over a year before anything even came to light, and it gets crazy. It gets crazy.
What?
Okay. So, all right. So this person in this lawsuit is referred to as DS, which is Deel spy. Okay. So this was also an employee who was a part of Rippling's subsidiary in Ireland. So all of this is happening in their Ireland location. Okay. The employee was hired in June of 2023. They were hired as a manager to work with helping on payroll issues, but they had access to Salesforce, Google Drive, internal HR systems, and Slack. Just think about our day-to-day jobs, right? We have access to all of that stuff because you have to do your job. Okay, so the really crazy part about this whole story, though, is that Rippling had no idea about what this employee was doing, okay? The only reason it came to light is because, now don't get confused, but Rippling, they're facing a completely different lawsuit that is about Rippling violating U.S. sanction laws with payments to Russia. So Rippling has a lawsuit completely separate. And the reason that this came up was because a reporter contacted Rippling about these sanctions that they were violating. And when the reporter was talking to Rippling, they mentioned these Slack messages. And then Rippling realized that their Slack messages had been leaked somehow. So this started an investigation where now Rippling is starting to dig into what are our employees doing? They started looking at trends of what their employees were typing in and searching for in Slack.
Ooh.
So that's kind of what started the ball rolling, that started this new lawsuit against Rippling and Deels. It's crazy. Okay.
Wait, so the reporter leaked that they knew about, and it was probably like them being sloppy and not realizing that they were leaking something.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, exactly. Like, so the reporter must have referenced something that was in their Slack channels, not public knowledge, not in a press release, nothing that this reporter should have had. So they knew at some instance one of their employees was going to the reporter, at least to potentially talk about this other lawsuit. But because of that, that's their Slack, that's their internal communication, right? Like, you can't do that, like, as an employee. I mean, that is a little like, you know, you're going outside the company and you're sharing that personal kind of stuff. So that started this investigation. So in November, just this past November in 2024, DS, the Deel spy, right?
Do we know who this person is? Is it
No,
public?
they don't. Okay. They haven't listed this person's name, okay? So they're just labeling this person as DS. So they realized that this person, DS, was searching for the term deal, the company, right, in their Slack channels 23 times a day. Yeah. They've started noticing that they kept searching in the Slack for deal throughout their Slack channels. So Rippling decides, okay, like, we kind of have to catch them in the act. Like, is this person working for Deel? They didn't know at that time. So they create this honeypot scheme. So basically,
not honeypots.
Yeah, right.
Wait.
Not the honeypot scheme.
Wait, was this a project like, okay, Project Honeypot?
Yeah, probably. I could see the working Google Doc that no one has access to.
The IT department is like, holy crap, this is not exciting, but like, this is probably the most fun that I've had trying to figure out who the spy is.
It's the code. It's a secret team. No one knows about it. It's the honeypot project.
Project Honeypot. So their plan was to butter this employee up somehow.
Okay, I'll get into it. Okay, so
this is how I am watching movies too. Like, I'm.
All right, so Rippling gets this like team together so that they could try to catch them in the act. Okay, so basically what they did was they sent.
I feel like we should say all of this is alleged.
Right, exactly. This is all alleged. So what they did was they actually sent a legal notice to Deel referencing a fake Slack channel that they created called D Defectors. And they just used this terminology only in this legal document that they sent to the Deel's legal team and their like corporate office, okay? So no one else really had access to this. This language they used specifically in this legal notice just for that team. That Slack channel never existed until the day they sent that letter. So this was like a part of their plan. It was like, we're not even going to create this channel. We're only going to put it in this legal document. And then we're going to create the channel the day we send the legal document. So they wanted to see if the DS employee would go to the Slack channel. And sure enough, within hours of Deel's legal team getting that legal notice with that terminology in that Slack channel, this employee went to find that channel and searched for it and went into the channel 5 times that day.
He fell right into the honeypot.
Right into the honeypot. Like So allegedly, okay? Allegedly. They said that on one single day, on February 21st, this Deel spy allegedly searched and accessed data revealing 725 new demo requests for Rippling's products, 282 detailed notes on potential sales prospects, and information on 26 customers considering switching from Deels to Rippling.
And this is someone working on the payroll team. This isn't even someone in sales.
Exactly. That was exactly my point. I'm like, this person is in payroll. This has nothing to do with their job. So like, that is a big red flag, right? If this person really did this and, you know, they end up going to court and being, you know, judged.
How can you explain that?
How can you explain that? This has nothing to do with your role, right? Okay. So the other thing that was so crazy is that they also said that this person was sharing employee phone numbers, and then the Deel's team was actually like trying to poach the Rippling employees through WhatsApp. So they were like reaching out. So like, okay, so they have to get all this data, right? When they go to court and they actually try to say like, yeah, you did this, there's got to be all this trail of data. One, they're already seeing this employee's Slack behavior, right? And they have that, but it's pretty crazy stuff to hear what this person did. Okay, so now here's the craziest part about it, right? Remember, we're in Ireland too. We're not in the US. Okay. So on the March 12th, which is very recent, Ripley went with a person to serve the papers to this employee, and they found them at the office. And so this employee ran into the bathroom, locked themselves in the bathroom, was trying to delete all the data from their phone. And when the person serving the paper said, like, you know, you're violating this order, they actually said, like, I'm willing to take that risk, and then fled the building. And I'm just like, what was offered to you if this actually happened and this employee really was working for this Deel's, company? What was offered to you that all of this was worth it? That, like, getting
Money.
sued, but, like, how much money would be worth it? Because now you're going to get sued. You're going to have to get a lawyer. Like,
prison, probably.
yeah, exactly. Like what? Exactly. Like, what in the world? How much amount of money could they have offered prior to them getting caught that would have made it worth it? Like, yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna be a corporate. I'm gonna
spy.
I'm gonna be a corporate spy.
Tech spy.
A tech spy. Yeah.
Millions, probably.
Yeah. So now Deel is saying that Rippling is lying, essentially, or just like that they're trying to take away the pressure off of them because they have this other lawsuit going on with the U.S. sanctions and things. So they're trying to say this is all false. We didn't do this. But again, like, it's going to be really interesting to see how this plays out, because if they have the data showing that this person was really doing this, and I'm pretty sure Deel's is going to have to provide some of their own data that they have internally, right? Mm-hmm. Like, it's going to be interesting, and I hope I can find out what happens.
Wow.
It's pretty wild.
You think this is going to play out on TV? Like, they're going to be in the courtroom? You're like, I hope so.
I hope so. It would be pretty cool to see. I mean, it would be cool to just hear more about it, or see if, like, there's more articles that come out about it, because, I mean, granted, now, like, it's going to probably take a long time. Like, it's not like we're going to hear about it in the next couple of weeks. It would probably take another year or something like that to play out and see if this person actually is going to be really accused of doing it, or if they just end up dropping it.
Like, what's going to happen? Like, what is the penalty for that? Corporate espionage.
I mean, I don't really know.
Time?
I don't know. I mean, it could be, right? Like, I mean, if you have, like, trade secrets, if you have things like, right? Like, it could be. But I don't know. I mean, for corporate stuff, I feel like a lot of times you don't end up doing jail time. It's usually just a massive fine. Like,
I mean, the Enron CEO got sentenced to, like, 24 years when they got convicted, I'm pretty sure.
But that was, like, but they were actually taking people's money, right? Yeah. Like, yeah. So I wonder if that's more like, because there was actual financial fraud in that one. This one is maybe more like there's not nothing was actually taken, but there was means to take funds from them because of stealing customers and stealing employees, and then, like, again, like, corporate, like, trade secrets and things like that. So I don't know. It's more to look into.
Wow, companies, get your NDAs together.
Oh man, but still, like,
they probably did have an NDA.
Yeah, exactly. I just think it's so wild that this person just, like, locked themselves in the bathroom and was like, I'll take the risk. Like, it's so dramatic.
Obviously isn't, like, the most intelligent.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like,
logical, like,
and
person.
Even, and ethical. Yeah.
Ethical. Right?
Like, I mean, if anybody came to me and was like, okay, I'll give you some money, I'm like, let me weigh those risks out. I don't know if that amount of money is worth going to jail or having my own fines that I'm going to pay out of pocket.
But you're, like, a reasonable person. Like, I'm not going to break the law because there are consequences.
Exactly.
But, like, not everyone kind of thinks about those consequences.
That's true. They're looking at the money. But
yeah,
I bet if this really happened and this person goes to court, I mean, do we think that this Deel company is going to back this person up?
Probably not. Deel's going to be like, I don't know that man.
Yep, exactly.
And
they worked on their own volition.
They were working
like,
alone.
Yep.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's
crazy.
But
like you said, they'll probably get subpoenaed and have their communications.
Yeah.
I don't know. What is it called? Subpoenaed?
Yeah. Yeah. They'll have to
warrant.
Give their data.
They'll probably have, like, a warrant for their communications to see if they communicated back and forth with this person.
Yep.
And if that communication isn't just one way and it's two-way, then that kind of proves that they were in cahoots.
Yeah, exactly.
Allegedly.
So. I mean, this is just based on the lawsuit that's currently happening, we don't know who this person is. We're not calling that person out. That's why they have like an alias. But this supposed Deel spy, I mean, in Ireland too. So like their laws are different, right? So I don't even know how that plays out because it's not like U.S. laws. I don't know what their corporate laws are like. And if Deel is in the U.S., how does that also play out? Because it's a subsidiary, or no, yeah, Rippling. This was a subsidiary of Rippling. So I don't know how that all works together.
Wow. I've never even heard of these companies, but
yeah,
that is some corporate tea.
Yeah.
Tech tea. Cool. We'll see what happens. I mean, not cool for them, but
no. Definitely
fascinating.
Cool. Yes.
Fascinating.
I got sucked into it.
Well, keep me posted.
Yeah. I hope everyone enjoyed that story. But yeah, if I get any updates, I will let you know.
We'll catch you next time on Corporate Scandals and Tech Tea.
Be sure to like, subscribe, and follow us on all social media platforms.
Keep up with us and all of our hot takes on all things go-to-market operations. See you next time.